Sandeep.
So please call in this particular sir.
Huh? Yeah, yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Yeah, please.
Sachin sir, good
Just,
morning.
just.
Good morning, good morning.
Sachin sir, today we have our board meeting also.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, due to board meeting, our management member and principal sir is not available for this inaugural.
No issues.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. I was asking that how the situation is getting improved after the lockdown.
Yes, on the work side or the order side, the situation looks to be very, very good.
Okay, okay.
But then we are facing new challenges,
Mm-hmm.
basically, with manpower and lot of disruptions are there when it
Mm.
comes to the orders, means the customer are looking for risk mitigation and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that it would be challenging.
Challenging, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but now after the vaccination and all, I think the situation will improve
It
quickly.
should,
Yeah,
it should, it should.
yeah, yeah. Just sir, we are waiting few minutes.
No
Our
issues.
president of this function, Dr. M.S. Patil sir, the Dean Academics, will join
Okay,
shortly.
okay.
Vani,
Yes, sir.
the participating teams also got this link or YouTube or
Sir,
Facebook.
they'll be watching the broadcasting of Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, so they are
Yes.
not in this
No,
Google
sir.
Meet.
No, sir. They're not in the link.
Okay, okay. Sir, we have arranged live this program on YouTube and also Facebook. So
Okay, okay.
all participants and other students will join or the live on YouTube, either YouTube and Facebook.
No problem.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good, very good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Good morning.
So, and I think Sandeep will join later on. He called me, he got some hospital work, so he will join after 10-15 minutes. So, Vani, then what is your program now?
Sir, now we can start, sir. Everybody has joined.
Okay, okay. The Dean sir also joined.
Yes, sir.
So we can begin our program. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir. So give us 1 minute. We're starting with
Yeah,
recording.
yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm audible now because I
Yeah, yeah.
just had some issue with my laptop. It just logged
Okay,
out from there, so I just logged in from my phone.
okay, okay. Yeah, it's also looking nice. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Regardless of what came before or what has yet to come, what matters most right now is how I choose to respond to the challenge before me. Will I lay down or will I fight? The choice is mine and I choose to finish strong.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ansi Patil.
And I, Ms. Priyanka Mahindrakar,
Take the privilege to welcome you all. Gokte Institute of Technology (GIT) is a flagship institute of Karnataka Law Society. GIT was started in the year 1979, spread across a sprawling mango meadows of 20 acres. GIT houses 7 undergraduate and 9 postgraduate disciples, including MBA, MCA programs. Department of MBA was incepted in the year 2007 with a strong belief of combining technical expertise with a management degree. Department of MBA determinedly focuses on developing the learning community by conducting programs like national conference, certificate courses, international visits, and national visits with industrial visits as well. The department continuously gets honors from all its stakeholders. The department was ranked second best B school in entire Karnataka in 2019 from FICCI ICARE ratings. The Week and Competition Success Review magazines rated us as number 1 B school in North Karnataka in the year 2020. Knowledge Review magazine also rated GIT Department of MBA as the best B school of India in the year 2021.
Advaith means being the only one of its kind. In Sanskrit is the essence of what our culture stands for. All we do or say as a part of a tradition has meaning to it. Advaith 2021 endures new challenges with regard to the theme, the new normal. Certainly, Advaith this year is filled with so much of emotions, hard work of all the coordinators, organizers, and all our faculty members, and nervousness to stream it online. Today, Advaith has become the most awaiting cultural carnival for all the undergraduates in Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Goa.
Prayer works wonders. As we know, shloka is a poetic form used in Sanskrit, and every occasion is said to be well begun if it is started by chanting or singing a shloka or prayer. Have a good start to the day. We have Shriya with a shloka.
नायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय क्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि.
Thank you, Shriya, for a mesmeric shloka. I now request Professor Amit Chate, Faculty Coordinator, Advaith 2021, to introduce us to the dignitaries of the function.
Thank you, Mansi. I feel extremely elated today to introduce the members on the digital forum today. Today amongst us we have Sri Sachin Sabnishji, and there are a lot of prefixes that we can associate with his name. An entrepreneur, a true nationalist, someone who is concerned for the students and their well-being, and so on. So Sri Sachin Sabnishji is a BE mechanical engineer. He's an entrepreneur, he's an industrialist and a social activist. He's also the founder and the MD of BFPL, which has 2 plants with over 500 employees and is an exporter of castings to Europe and America. Sachinji is the governing council member of Indian Institute of Foundry Technology, Raipur. He is also the vice president of Laghu Udyog Bharati and a founder trustee of Prabuddha Bharat. A Rotarian, a golfer, a social leader who mentors young entrepreneurs and students in nationalistic thoughts and activities. He is also the winner of several awards of excellence in domains of social and sports arena. Sri Sachinji has been actively involved in relief measures during crises such as floods and COVID pandemic. He is an excellent communicator, a leader, and someone who is concerned for the well-being of the students. Sachinji takes active participation in the development of environment, education, and youth empowerment. We are extremely elated to have you, sir, today on the forum. We are pleased to have you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
We also have Dr. M.S. Patil, sir, who is the president for today's function. Dr. M.S. Patil, sir, holds a PhD in mechanical with 30 years of experience in teaching and research. Dr. M.S. Patil, sir, is currently the Dean Academics at Kls Git and is responsible with the development of academic resources, infrastructure, and quality in GIT. We are pleased to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We also have amongst us today the driving force behind Advaith, Dr. Krishna Shekhar Lal Das, sir, who is the Dean MBA at Kls Git. He holds a master's degree in management from Holland and a PhD from JNU. Dr. Das has a teaching experience of over 40 plus years and also into research. He is a consultant to Ministry of Labor and international agencies and specialized into human resource and international relations. Dr. Das is globally recognized author and reviewer of research publications. We are pleased to have you, sir.
Thank you, Amit.
Yes. Thank you. Mansi, over to you.
Thank you, sir, for introducing the luminaries.
Now we request our Dean, Dr. Krishna Shekhar Lal Das, to welcome the gathering and brief about Department of MBA and Advaith.
Good morning, all of you. And it's my pleasure to welcome you. Today's our dignitary Sri Sachin Sabnis my good friend and good well wisher of GIT. And whenever we want his involvement, his support, he is always with us for our help and encouragement and our motivation. So welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Also, I am very thankful to our beloved Dean Academics, Dr. M.S. Patil sir. Sir is here to encourage and motivate us and all our teams. So, welcome you, sir. And I would also like to welcome our management member and our beloved principal, Dr. J.K. Kittur sir. All our participating teams members and their principals, we are very we would like to extend our heartfelt welcome because you allowed your student and team to participate in our annual cultural fest. So welcome all the principals and the participating teams and the coordinators of respective departments of respective colleges. I would also like to extend my warm welcome to all judges from the different colleges, the faculty members from the industries, and who are kindly agreed to be judged for these functions for different activities in this one-day online fest of Advaith. I will also like to extend my warm welcome to our deans of GIT, different deans, HODs, and faculty members. I would also like to extend my welcome to our own faculty coordinator who are managing different activities in these programs. Then also our students who are coordinating different events, and it is entirely managed by our students. So welcome you, and all support staff is helping to make this program a great success. So all of you are you should get the appreciation for your work. And you know that the Department of MBA is a part of our prestigious institution, Kls Git, and we give a ample opportunity to a student to grow and become industry ready and learn all kind of skills, expertise in management science, managing in the organization, in the corporate sectors, in different areas like HR, the finance, marketing, IT, entrepreneurship, and we give them the opportunity for experiential learning on the sports experience and in addition to our regular teaching and learning in the class and outside the class by doing the extracurricular activities. We are aware that this is one of the Advaith is one of the South program in the GIT, particularly in management, and also in the management colleges of different colleges, always looking for our cultural fest, the Advaith, the annual event. It's entice the student over a decade to exhibit their skills and win accolades. And we know that this is one of the opportunity here. We give opportunity to the undergraduate students from different colleges who come and showcase their talents, their expertise, their unique thinking, in different areas such as HR, finance, management, and all. And in that process, they also learn to manage the things for their future careers. And also it has got another importance that it's entirely managed by our student. So also it is a process of learning how to manage a mega events where the number of people are more, number of team are more, there are many activities, and they manage as a team. So also it shows that they learn how to become a good team player, and that help them in their future career and future growth. And also they make them how to manage the organization, manage the people, and that is the prerequisite for becoming a successful manager in any corporated houses. So this kind of opportunity we give through the Advaith, and many other activities we conduct time and again in the department. So that is the purpose. And in this Advaith, we have planned many activities like debate, creativity, thinkings, leadership, on leadership development, social responsibility, concerns of social responsibility, and then personal individual trait to become a successful manager. Through these activities, we combine all these things so for the benefit of our budding managers, our students. So I know that to make this program a successful program, our team, our main coordinator, Dr. Sandeep Nair and Dr. Vani Sri Hundekar has worked hard in association with, in coordination with our all internal faculty coordinator who are managing the different activities in their respective domains. So I know, and they are they need to be appreciated. In addition, the students coordinator, almost they work day and night to make this program a very successful program. And right now we have 32 teams registered from different colleges from all over India, not only in Karnataka and North Karnataka, from other parts, other states also. So I am on behalf of management, our principal sir, I am very happy that they have done a very good work, and within this limitation, because we are going through the phase of a pandemic where there are it has put a lot of limitation to us. So within this limitations, we have succeeded to get 32 team, and there were some more team ready to register even today, but due to time and also due to the nature of competition and assignment, there was no time, so we stopped and refused them. So that is a good thing to share. And I think all of you deserve a appreciation from me and from the management. So I hope the participating students and all teams from different colleges and also from our sister concerns are also very appreciative to our principals and coordinator of our sister concern, like GCCs and other colleges who have motivated their students. So I appreciate them. And I appreciate and hope that the students who are participating in this event will showcase their talents, and just not showcase their talents, but they will also learn various kinds of managerial skills in the different domain in their respective interested domain, like HR manager, best manager, financial manager, where they will learn even in the competition of security analysis, portfolio management, investment and all. and similarly the how to become a best marketing manager, how to cultivate the clients and all, how to maintain the marketing skills and hone it, all these kind of techniques and knowledge they will show and learn. So I am very happy, and again I would welcome our chief guest, our president of the functions, and all faculty member. Thanks, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We feel honored to have with us the Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Sachin Sabnis, sir. Now I request Shri Sachin Sabnis, sir, MD of Belgaum Ferrocast Private Limited, to address the gathering.
Well, good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Das and also the whole team of organizing team of Advaita, who has invited me as a chief guest. It has been number of times that I have been, as Dr. Das has mentioned, I have been closely associated with JIT and also with, especially with JIT MBA College. And having known Dr. Das for a pretty long time now, thank you very much, sir, for very generous and a kind introduction also from your students. Also,
Thank you,
Professor
sir. It's
Patil.
our pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Patil, the Dean, as well as Dr. Sandeep Nair. I hope he has joined today. And at the same time, all the students who are participating in this event, Advaita. As we all know, basically we have become so much dependent on technology that maybe a year earlier, if any one of us would have presented even something like this, that we would be having an event online or we would be meeting our friends online, that would have been, someone would have just laughed it and might have said that this is very futuristic. But the future, what we say, is so near that whatever we think is happening within times, and it is very, very challenging times for everyone. And I specifically come from industry, but I also know as students, it is very, very challenging time for the students as well. It was in the introduction said that Advaita, basically, Advaith as a word is about being unique or very singular in nature, and that's what we have become after COVID. There is no much of a social meeting, everything, and it is the technology which is binding us to be what we are and what we are doing. So basically, just to say a few words of what I feel and about the whole thing, whole scenario. And Professor Das has said that a lot of students from different disciplines, basically marketing, finance, HR, or even a lot of other disciplines that the MBA colleges or the business schools have been teaching are participating in this event. So it becomes equally important to me that I speak about certain things or what I have experienced through this, 6 or 8 months or a year of COVID and around 5, 6 months of maybe lockdown, for the first lockdown and the second lockdown. We have all seen that the new normals, and it was mentioned that it is about the new normal. Surely, we have been using this word not very frequently in our earlier meetings or in our earlier interaction with our customers or with our stakeholders about the new normal. Basically, new normal was used very, very rarely as it was being used today. And it has become a reality. Actually, it is used very, very frequently that we get to use this word saying that it's a new normal. What are the new normals you have seen or I have experienced? Have you ever thought that people will be working from home? And we have seen in last 1 year, at least for the industries such as software or some disciplines in even in the manufacturing industries like design, HR, accounts, everybody has started working from home. So it's a new normal to us. For students, it is online classes. None of the students, I doubt, had any online classes experience as such. So basically, that is hand holding, and everything is online, and he doesn't now. For him, the new normal is he doesn't know what is a college. He has done his 11th and 12th just sitting online, and he doesn't know what the college life is. Maybe he'll just enter a professional college like you, and he'll start struggling out there. So that's a new normal for him. He has to cope up with that. The grading systems we see earlier, there used to be exams. Now we hear every day that there is 11th, 12th, there are no exams, or there is nothing of that kind. The new education policy, the new education strategy, all the colleges need to strategize themselves about how they are going to teach, what they are going to do, what is going to be the new mode of education. Basically, that's a new normal. My son, as I said, just giving an example, coming back, today attends classes from teachers, in some of the best teachers all over India. That wouldn't have been possible for him sitting here. Today, he has a class at night 10 o'clock, night 11 o'clock. There is no time restriction for him. There is a professor, someone sitting in Jaipur who teaches him. There is a professor sitting somewhere in Delhi. He is teaching him. So that gives even a flexibility for him. That's a new normal on a very positive side. Basically, the businesses, as I say, I come from the business side, and the businesses will change big time. As a MBA students, you have to be ready for that. I will dwell on that particular topic a little bit in detail later. But businesses are something which are going to go in for a huge change because of the challenges faced, and most of the companies looking at risk mitigations, disruptions. We were speaking about disruptions. Just a couple of days back, I was saying when we are doing business with our export customers, we have to sign a risk mitigation document with them. And I still remember there is to be one particular risk mitigation which said about whether Belgaum is prone to floods. In my lifetime, I have never seen Belgaum being flooded. But last 2-3 years had changed my perception. In last 2-3 years, you see that even a city like Belgaum can get disrupted. Most of my goods that get transported to a port in Mumbai can get stuck because the road between Belgaum and Kolhapur might get disrupted due to the rivers flowing, and there is a 7 or 8 days, there is no transportation. We never thought about this, but these things have started happening. On personal front, we see that the relationships are getting redefined, the friendships are getting redefined. The relationships are not like what used to be earlier. There is a fear, there is an anxiety amongst people. When you talk to them, you can come to know about that. Nowadays, we have reached an emotional fatigue, I would say. And emotional fatigue is there. We are no more moved by death. Earlier, there used to be somebody expires, somebody close person dies, and we used to really feel sad. That is the emotional fatigue because of Corona. People have gone to a little bit of a less empathy, I would say. They don't have a less empathy. They have become too much self-involved or too much into themselves. Mental health is going to be another big challenge. This is a simple example is maybe you are not allowed to fall sick if you come to a college or if you go somewhere out, and if you have a little bit of a cough, even if you cough in front of everybody or sneeze in front of anyone, they will just look at you with a kind of a fear. So these are all new normals that are building. Coming back to the business that I represent, I just presented you the general view of what I thought earlier. And now coming to the business, new normal in business is about this disruption and the change. And it calls for an action actually from the companies and leaders. Leaders are what you are going to be to in the future when you as an MBA graduates or as an MBA students in your own discipline, and you go and work in some company and lead a particular department. It will call for an adoption and a reinvention of yourself because the things are different. The major forces actually have just changed the landscape. The companies growth have become very, very volatile. The global marketplaces where the old corporate models were used have now become nearly obsolete because people are thinking differently. A new generation of technologies, a new generation of people, the new generation of ideas, perspectives are coming into place. Technology is one of the biggest disruptor. As I said initially, today we are having this program on a Zoom meeting. So I don't know how many of new jobs or new works would really call for you to go to the office. Maybe you can work anywhere globally, and maybe you can work for some of the top companies in the world. Basically, everywhere after this disruption, after COVID, the new normal is it has a new demands for accountability, transparency, and also a disclosure, because now people are becoming very since most of the things are getting online and you are not able to meet the people in person and all, things are changes. So I would say that the leadership has never been so important. Basically, it has never been harder to survive and create a long term success in this unpredictable climate. I would say the leaders that you are going to be need to look up for new models and new capabilities. Basically, the old capabilities, the old school techniques that you have learned might not help, or that generic approach won't cut in this competitive world anymore. So you need to be very adapt to the newer world, what we call it. The leadership, I would say, has never been more important, and it has never been so hard. Basically, it is getting harder day by day. The key mark of a leader to succeed in this basically demanding new environment will be how well they identify, develop, and utilize basically the talents that they have, or how well you adapt yourself, as I use that word again and again. The integration, alignment, the strategies of all the different departments would be very critical, basically. So, take for example the case of leadership in the developmental activities. Your team, you will be working in a team. Companies make a lot of investment into training programs, but basically they need to focus on more training because of this new normal. Because usually you will find a lot of shortage of these people who really understand the new normal, as you had mentioned earlier or in your introduction. But the efforts should be taken to develop people and move them from this generic way of managing things to the new way, and which are very environment, or which are means the present environment specific, and the challenges that are faced, because these disruptions are going to be there coming over the years. Till date we had a very smooth ride, I would say. But disruption, as I mentioned, two disruptions I saw and I never faced. One was floods, and next is the COVID. We never thought something of this kind can happen. COVID, nobody thought in the world would happen, but in place like Belgaum, floods also something we didn't happen, didn't even mitigate it. That risk we never mitigate, basically. So basically, we need to understand that the job of the leaders would change. It, like say, if a chief executive or a person at a top level, earlier his job would mostly involve, say, finance, or maybe raising the capital or keeping his shareholders happy. But now he needs, or I see it as a challenge for me, that I need to put more time in seeing that the people who work for me, or the human resource that is there with me, is ramped up, or whose ideas, whose thought process is aligned with this new normal, so that they are ready to take up the challenges. So basically, the organizations need to create, I would say, a talent pipeline to meet this current and future emerging business needs. The management practices, new management practices would be required. The personal accountability for making should be personal accountability, and a personal assessment of these new normals need to be brought to the notice of each and every one working in the organization. Basically, there should also be very good assessment or practices, so to see that, as I said, mentioned the pipeline. So the workers need, or the people working for you as a team, should have a very clear-cut vision about what is happening, what they need to do, how they need to work differently, and that would really help the organization to survive in this particular environment. And as I said, each one of us as a leader, we need to have an adaptive capacity, basically, I would say. If we are not adaptive to this and we are not able to embrace this disruption and uncertainty and translate this complexity into or mobilize others to work through this change, that should be the job of each and every leader in present circumstances. The great leadership is, I always say, is not about basically successfully moving from one place to another, of which is of a comfort, but always to embrace the unfamiliar. Because if you have a uncomfortable or of the companies are going to change, the disruptions are going to be in place. And as I see, the Professor Das was asking me at the beginning of this lecture, like how is the business. Basically, I see that there is going to be a huge potential for everyone, the huge job opportunity for each one of you. But whether you are ready for that kind of a job opportunity in this changed environment, because the things have become so very fragile and volatile. As I mentioned, lockdowns differently in different states. I can give an example of Belgaum. Like Belgaum in Karnataka, we went in for a lockdown, but at the same time, the neighboring state of Maharashtra went for a lockdown, but they kept their industry working. Even during last year's lockdown, India went for a complete lockdown. The globally also went for a lockdown. But what happens in most of the Western countries is their lockdowns or their understanding of lockdowns is totally different from our way or our understanding of lockdowns. And most of the manufacturing companies in US and Europe kept working through last year, but whereas in India we shut down everything. When we did that, it created a huge risk for them, and they started mitigating that risk. They started moving the work from India back to places like China, or back to places like Vietnam, or back to places like Russia. So even that was, I at that time last year thought that this was a country related phenomenon, but now you see that it has become a state related phenomenon also in India. And at a further level, it is also become a small taluka or a gram panchayat level. Tomorrow, a small place like Belgaum can say that we are going for a lockdown. But they don't understand, or they don't really care that whether you are supplying to some of the top manufacturers in the world, let it be Rolls Royce or Cummins or Parker or these kind of companies, that is not being really understood at that local level. So basically, it is going to be a big challenge for all of us. And I am very much sure that such kind of events like Advaita and all give you an ability to hone your skills. And those skills, my only request is those skills, start building on your capability and your skills, taking disruption into account, taking risks into account that are going to be there today, tomorrow, and day after. And if you are able to mitigate those risks from your career point of view, also, if you are able to learn a lot of things which will help you in survive in this difficult situation, I think that battle would be won. I don't think it is that difficult, but then it requires a change of mindset. And if you are able to change your mindset and think accordingly, that would be a great opportunity for you to succeed. I'm very much sure at GIT MBA, and it has been mentioned that you have been one of the top business schools. And as I said, an adaptive change, not only from the students, but an adaptive change from the management and the teaching would also help them being able to survive and being able to win over this difficult situation. So once again, I wish you all a very, very successful event, Advaita. And secondly, I would like to thank the management, the deans, the Professor Dr. Das and Sandeep Nair, Professor Patil, for calling me out here and speaking to you on this platform, which itself is a new normal. And basically, I would have loved to come there and maybe interact with all of you. And I hope that with vaccinations and all, most of the colleges are going to be back to normal and back to working. So we would surely embrace this new reality and would be ready for this new normal and be very, very adaptive to this change of whatever is happening around us. So thank you very much for calling me again, and request all of you to stay safe and have a great involvement and engagement in this particular program of yours. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We extend a heartfelt gratitude and request Sri M.S. Patil, Dean Academics, Kls Git Institute of Technology, Belgavi, to deliver the presidential remark.
Thank you. Good morning to one and all present here for this event, Advaith. Good morning, Sri Sajin Sabni sir, Das sir, faculty members of MBA department, participants and dear students. Yes, it's really a challenging job to be the president of the event. We need to summarize everything in a short duration of the time. Yes, Advaith, it is a flagship event of Kls Git MBA department, and it has been successfully being conducted every year. And we have numerous participants from not only from Belgaum and other parts of the state as well. This time the theme that has been taken is new norms. It is really an apt norm that has been taken this time. And
constantly and patiently guiding our student coordinators to bring the best out of them. I thank the technical team for their help and support in conducting Advaith in online mode, and a very special thank to the registration team for their wonderful and meticulous work. Last but not the least, a huge thanks and a big appreciation to our student coordinators for their relentless efforts, hard work in designing and creating this online Advaith 21. Once again, I thank one and all for gracing this inaugural function.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, one and all.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Vani, just a minute, take a screenshot for.
Yes, sir. I request everybody to please keep their videos on so that we can take the screenshot.
Rajesh Mansi.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Subni sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Patil sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
I request all the participants to, to follow up with your event coordinators, and the links to your further event will be posted in your WhatsApp groups. Thank you.